Hey guys, Moose here. We are back with some more Rayya's Children Stonehearth. Just kind of casually working our way through. I know I was going to restart this playthrough, but seeing what Alpha 19 added and kind of how we're doing, I think I'll stick with it for a little while longer. I will at some point do like a little bit of a more hardcore hard mode run where I'm trying to figure out, alright, well, can I actually make it work from the get-go? But I may want to start that in Ascendancy rather than doing it in Rayya's Children, because you kind of need a carpenter pretty quickly, I feel like, for hard mode, and doing that here is a little difficult. So we're going to leave that probably for an Ascendancy playthrough, and then maybe do a tutorial out of it. It's definitely something that I'm like, I like it because it's sort of like a StarCraft 2 build order thing. It's StarCraft build order 2, but I just say 2 because it's the one that I actually played and wasn't an idiot about, because I was, ooh, backpack size +8, that's cool. But I was really young when StarCraft, not really young, but like too young to be intelligent when StarCraft was out. And I wasn't really that into Blizzard. I'm still really not that into Blizzard stuff. I don't like them as much as nearly anyone else seems to. Who would I be a fanboy of? I don't know, maybe this is Zen and I've just reached gaming perfection. I'm not really a fanboy of anyone. Karen will probably chime in and tell me that's bullshit and that I am a fanboy of someone, but I can't think of them, so I'm not. Therefore, invaders, easy. No big deal. Okay, maybe a big deal. That's a little scary. It looks like we recovered, but I might want to go for another healer. Oh, this is our first... Maybe not our first, but it's a fight against clerics. Kill the clerics. Kill the other cleric. There you go. Problem solved. One more. How is he not dead yet? Must be the leader. Alright. Easy enough. No new person, but we're under 1,000. So it's pretty close. Probably want to do another herbalist, I think. Did we already have one? We already had one. Yep, we did. Alright. You're not ready to be a cleric. Or are you? No, you're not. Okay. We need you to work more. So make like 50 more potions that will overflow our storage area. Fox lilies? No, I'm okay. Still don't really care about making that other thing. But yeah, I don't know. Who am I a fanboy of? Not really indie games, because most of them kind of rub me the wrong... I mean, I say as I'm playing Stonehearth, most of them rub me the wrong way. Because it's sort of like a Blue Balls thing, like, a lot of the time I have this feeling where, okay, this is an amazing concept for a game, I really like this, I really like a lot of the execution, but it's not quite there. Like, it's early access, and some critical's missing, and it's incredibly frustrating, because I know what I want from it. Trader returns. Yeah, silkweed. We'll go. Nope, 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 nope. Put that down. Use. There we go. Alright. You're free to do what you want. Alright, now we can grow silkweed, which we should probably do. So, what do we get rid of? And grow okay on food? Is this trees? Oh, it is trees. Okay. Well, yeah, we probably want trees. We want wood. We probably don't want watermelons, though. So this will become silkweed. Get more work for our weaver. That'll be good. But yeah, most indie games kind of... This is a little bit of an exception, because I feel like it kind of I wish there was more here, I wish there was more content, but I'm not sure what that would be. But like a really good example of what I'm talking about is Banished. I love Banished. I think it's a really fantastic game, but it just doesn't quite have enough stuff for me to be happy with it. And I wish there was more. And I know, yeah, mods, no problem. But I just wish there was more. And I didn't have to go to a mod for it. So, I don't know. Like, there's very few games these days that I feel really totally satisfied with. I feel like recently, I've been playing Titanfall 2. I've been pretty satisfied with that, even though I'm bad at it. Like, all my dissatisfaction is from me being kind of shit. Like, the game itself kind of does exactly what I want it to do. I kind of prefer how Titanfall 1 played, but Titanfall 2 is fine. It does what it needs to do, really. Alright, we're still behind. We should probably work on getting another person. I kind of need more people, I feel. Alright. Maybe I can place seeds as furniture. And that's how I use them when they're in the building. But yeah, so Titanfall 2 does kind of what it's supposed to do, I feel, and that makes it enjoyable for me. As you can see, we're just putting some lighting on these buildings because we hadn't done that previously. What else has been, like, deeply satisfying? Say Skyrim, I could still go back and play Skyrim right now and I'd still have fun time with it, and I don't even know how many hours into it. I'd go look, but I don't want to interrupt the playthrough here. I don't really give a shit about the special edition though. I think that's just basically a waste of money. Let's just get the originals totally fine. And the reason I say that is because anything you can get from special edition you can get with mods, pretty much, as far as I'm aware. And the only reason that would ever not be relevant is if you were playing on console, and if you're playing Skyrim on a console, you are objectively doing it wrong, and you're a terrible person. And there's no excuse for that, in my opinion. And that's maybe not a very nice opinion to have, but I just feel like if you're playing a game like that that's so driven by mods on a console, not only that, but one that is, in my opinion, so much more logical on mouse and keyboard than it is on a controller. What are you doing, man? Like, you've made some poor life decisions to arrive at the point where you're playing Skyrim on a console. That's how I feel about it. So, I don't get it. And I don't need to get it. I'm not right about everything. If you prefer it on console, that's your business. I just don't understand. And again, like I said, I don't need to understand. It's none of my business. More jerks. Stupid clerics. Fucking hate clerics so much. Alright, well that worked out relatively well. We need bigger military, but we need to recruit some people before we can get there. Which is fine, we'll figure it out in time. But yeah, so Skyrim's probably one of the ones that I'd say... What am I doing? Skyrim's one of the ones that I'd say is like... Probably just completely satisfied with that game. It does exactly what I have no complaints, really. And you know, it's not totally fair. I was saying like, well, I shouldn't need to look to mods for it to do things that I want the game to do. And you know, sometimes I mod Skyrim, that's fine. I usually play vanilla, and that kind of tells you how much I like the game. I don't need mods to enjoy it, which is terrifying because there's like a ridiculous number of mods for that game, and I'm sure I would enjoy a great number of them. So, the fact that I haven't even really dove into that too much, should tell you something about how I feel about the game itself. Alright, we need to get some clay. How am I gonna... Let me just keep mining this. I think that's what I was doing previously. And it looks like I got it down to the level that I needed to. So I'll just clear all this out. Yep, there we go. Go for it, buddies. We're getting real close, but we're not there yet. So yeah, Skyrim is definitely one of them. Titanfall 2 is I'm like less satisfied. I don't enjoy it as much, but I am satisfied. Like, it does kind of what I wanted. Pretty well, not kind of. It does pretty much exactly what I wanted it to do, and not really anything more, and that's fine. But what I'm getting at is there's a lot of, like, especially indie games where it's sort of like, I see what they're aiming for, and I feel like they didn't really execute to that perfectly. So let's try and think of some more games that I feel satisfied with. Because it's an interesting thing. No one ever talks about that. They only talk, is it good? Is it bad? Is it worth X amount of money? Like, that's fine. Those are meaningful questions that deserve answers, but maybe it's fun just to consider, am I satisfied with this game? Does it hit the things, the concepts effectively that I want it to? That was a horrible sentence that probably didn't make sense, but hopefully you understand what I mean by that. So what else is there? Homeworld is one that I would say kind of fell short for me. I love, well, it was Homeworld 2. I never played the original Homeworld. I played Homeworld 2. That was an example in the other direction where I felt like it didn't really reach the potential that I wanted it to, even though it was extremely good and I loved it. I just felt like it could be a little bit more. What else do we have that I can remember? Subnautica. Lately I've been feeling like it could go a little bit further. But, I mean, that may just be because I've put a ridiculous amount of time into that game. I love it, and I've really... Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's pause real quick here. Okay. Everyone get in there. Military, get your asses in gear. You've got work to do. Let's get them right out here. Get them to fight immediately. I don't think there's any oh, there's healers. What is with this? We're getting attacked like non-stop. Out of control, man. Alright, I think we can afford to speed up here. Where's the other healer? I can't tell. Oh, there he is. Kick his ass. You need, like, massive walls around the outside. It's kind of just annoying at this point. Like, I don't really see much gameplay benefit. Like, I get it for the initial part, but I feel like at a certain point you should just kind of be done. Like, you've done your part to stem the tides, but now you're getting fucked repeatedly. It seems a little mean. Okay. And we wanted that. Get all this junk. So yeah, Banish fell short. Then we've got, talked about Homeworld 2, Subnautica. Natural Selection 1 before they removed lurk spikes was another one that I was completely satisfied with. I love that game. Day of Defeat, not Source, the original Day of Defeat. Totally satisfied with that game. What else is there? There's a lot of games out there, especially that I played. Oh, console games. Ace Combat 4, for sure. That's definitely in there. And mostly these are games that I loved, but it's not necessarily that simple. There's games that I love that I'm not really satisfied by. These are ones that, like, were really everything I wanted them to be. So what else do we have? Are there any other console games that I was really satisfied with? GoldenEye. Perfect Dark. Kind of what you'd expect with those. I think our military's reacting? No, they're not. They're getting lazy. That is disappointing. Anyway, I know that's kind of boring. I'm basically just mentioning classics. It doesn't really do anything for anyone. What else is there? Maybe something a little bit more interesting. You know, one of the Star Wars prequels came out, and those were obviously horrible. Yeah, we get another new person because someone died. But there was a pod racing game on the Game Boy Color, I think. It may have been the Game Boy Advance, but I think it was a Game Boy Color. And it had a, had like a rumble thing in the top. That was actually a very fun game. I don't remember what the hell it was called, but I enjoyed that a great deal. Probably horrible by today's standards, but I enjoyed it. I don't really play many racing games, so it's possible it was trash and I just enjoyed it because I didn't know any better. I can't really say either way on that one. RimWorld is one that I'm probably not satisfied by. I would like more content, but that's, you know, alpha. That kind of falls into what I was talking about with indie games. Wanting more out of them than they have currently. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They don't owe me anything. I feel like I got... And just to be clear, if I'm not satisfied by something, that doesn't necessarily mean I don't think I got my money's worth out of it. In RimWorld's case, I definitely got my money's worth. I'm not complaining about that for a second. I'm thirsty for more because I love what they've given me so far, and I feel like it needs to go further. They could do much more with it, and I can't wait to see it. Jesus Christ, what is this endless invasions? Fuck, man. Alright, you need to get home. Alright, it's always the bullshit ones with clerics. So fucking annoying. Kill this jackass. Murder the shit out of him. I really need to, like, raise a military. More of a military than we already have. Any other games? I feel like I was really satisfied with the original XCOM, even though I only ever played it on DOSBox. I didn't play it back in the day. But hearing about it... Oh, Minecraft I'd say I'm satisfied by. Or no, you know what? No, I'd say I'm not satisfied by Minecraft. I always felt like there could be more to that game. And I kind of hoped Dragon Quest Builders was going to be that, but it's sort of not. It's different. Like, if DQB was on PC in first person, I might feel like it was what I wanted it to be. But because it's on console and the controls are not really convenient for what I'd like, it doesn't really empower me to do the designs that I want to do. Like, it's stupid as it sounds, the third-person camera is a serious limitation of that game. And it frustrates me. It's an oversight. I feel like the second one needs to be something where you can switch between first and third person, and it needs to be on PC first. And that doesn't mean it needs to come to PC first and then PS4 later. I mean, or PS5, whatever, if it happens to be out then. I think it needs to be simultaneous, coming out on both at the same time. Personally, because that's a good game. Make no doubt about it, it's a good game and it's a good series that I hope continues. I'm just assuming there will be a DQB 2, but it's not really... I mean, it's the same dilemma I have. And it's like what I was saying about Skyrim earlier, I don't understand anything first person on a console. Like, Call of Duty is stupid to me. It makes no fucking sense. And I'm glad the new one is choking and selling like half as much as the previous version. Because I don't think it's good. It's just... Even if you throw aside all the bullshit about, oh, it's the same game over and over, and they just keep charging for it. Even if you put that aside, why would you want to play a shooter on the console? That makes no sense to me. That's not what control, like, from an accuracy perspective, that makes no sense. I don't know, and that's maybe a contentious opinion, I don't want to force it on people, and if you enjoy a shooter on a console, that's your business. I just don't understand. It's the same thing with Skyrim. Something is, you know what, let's move, I can't move it, okay. Put that maybe one over would look a little better, and we'll do that. There should be fine. It's not that there's necessarily anything wrong with it, even though I want to say there's something wrong with it, I just don't get it. And as like I said with Skyrim, I don't need to get it, but I'm clearly missing something because it doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like if you basically need to have auto-aim because the control scheme is not suited to the type of game that you were playing, then you are on the wrong platform. It's just what I think. Why did this not move? What the what happened? That is so bizarre. I do not understand what happened there. Let's make another one because we want to have an even number. That was so weird. I told them to move it, but they didn't move it, they just placed a new one. It was very strange. Anyway, so, and the funny thing is, I bought my PS4 from a friend of mine, and he had 2 games. And it's freaking Destiny and Call of Duty. Like, I'm literally never gonna even put these into the disc tray. Not that there is a disc tray, but the slot. I'm just not gonna. They're like, I might do Destiny, just to see, you know, hey, what kind of game is this? Because people, there's like, oh, it's so good. It's not actually that good, I don't think. And I've heard people say as much, but I'll give it a shot maybe at some point. Call of Duty, I'm never fucking gonna play. I'm just not going to. As someone who grew up on Half-Life mods, like, the thought of Call of Duty actually kind of disgusts me. And it's popular, I get it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's cool, therefore I hate it. I don't want to be one of those people. It's just that it being on a console, some of the people that tend to play, well, that's not fair. There's just a lot of things that I just don't like about Call of Duty. It being the same game 30 times. Rehash, rehash, rehash. I'm not into it. It doesn't do it for me at all, and it repulses me. I so much preferred the ecosystem we had around Half-Life 2, where it's sort of like, check this out, we got all these fucking crazy, you got Gary's mod, you got Day of Defeat, you got Counter-Strike, you got Natural Selection. There's 30 other mods you could play, single player, multiplayer, doesn't matter. There's one I played where you leveled up your guns, and it was like basically a prototype FPS MMO, and I got real mad because a guy respec'd into the one that I was going to be the first to get. I was going to be the first one to have a max level crowbar, and some guy respec'd and stole it. Total dick. Made me really mad. Don't think we're going to sell anything here. But it was fun. It was really cool because you'd get like specific buffs to that weapon and you'd play differently. It was just really fun. I miss those days. I missed those days when those were the popular FPSs, and it's not, alright, well, what's the newest Call of Duty? What's the newest Battlefield? It's boring. You know, there's nothing that's interesting anymore, it feels like. You know, I'm saying that as someone who also, you know, what do I play? Overwatch, Titanfall 2. So, you know, put your money where your mouth is. I'm not really living up to what I'm saying right now, but if I knew of a good, populated, kind of interesting FPS, I would probably be playing it. I liked Tribes Ascend for a while, but that kind of... Yeah, Tribes was a great game, obviously. Tribes 2, I played a bit of that. I wish Tribes Ascend was better, and I wish it worked out better. I had fun with it when I played it, even though I got the shit kicked out of me every time. It's still fun. So anyway, now that I've spent 20 minutes doing anything but talk about Hearthstone, or Stonehearth. Yeah, not really satisfied by Hearthstone either, but that's because I'm bad. It's a decent game. Usual complaints about RNG if you want to go there, but let's be fair, it's a decent game. I respect it at the very least. Even though there's some things I wish were different, but again, it's fine. Nothing's perfect. So anyway, now that I've done almost everything I can other than talk about Stonehearth, which is not intentional, I just kind of started talking about this and I enjoy the topic. That is going to be it for this episode, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me for the next one as well. Take care.